But
the fuck?
some people don't have that sense of direction. So is it more of a choice that you like? Okay, I seen this, I react to this, I'm gonna do this, or is it more of like just naturally how you do things? Like that. That's the question is. So is it a choice for you, or is it just naturally what you're supposed to do? Like that's supposed to be a click. Like okay, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Um. Okay, hold up. I
Mm.
feel like it's something that you're naturally, I feel
Mm.
like, supposed to do
So you feel
in
like
an
you.
aspect
Okay.
because of the fact that I mean, not even naturally, because if you come from a good family, you feel me? How you gonna try to be better than your parents when they better than you?
Right.
It's like you can try to be on a level, but I feel like at the same time in a situation like that, just be yourself, but just know what to do and what not to do. Be smart about certain things. Don't be careless. You feel me? Like take actions for your consequences. You feel me? Like be smart. Like me, and then for an example, like I'm gonna be smart about certain things because when I think outside the box, I think outside the box. My kids, I don't want them being around certain things that I was involved in as a kid, or my siblings are going through now. I don't want them being around certain stuff that they do because of the fact that I feel like personally, it's sad to say, but I love all my siblings to death, but I could never leave my siblings or, you know, leave them around any of them just because I know how my family is. You feel me? Like, the only way that they will be around, and this is when I say, like, I want to be financially stable. I want to be financially taken care of to where, like I am now. I ain't got to work like that. My kids can be at home with me while I'm working. Like, you feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't even about being none of that. I want to be like, I want my kids to be, I want to be involved in their life. I want to do activities with them, make sure that they're going to become successful as well. Try to get them on the right track as, something that I should have had, that motivation. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be motivation for my kids. The reason why they get up and what they got to get up for. You feel me? What they got to work towards. You feel me? And at the same time, I want to, like growing up also like in a, in a household, like a religious household at that. Let's get on that too because I'm, I'm gonna let my kids know about God. I'm gonna talk to them about it, but I'm not gonna throw it at them like, my parents or family threw it at me.
Right.
Like, oh, you need to do this. If you don't do this, then like basically traumatizing me to where I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with life, and I'm running into these aspects and all these different things. I'm gonna talk to my kids a certain like in a certain way where they've they're because I feel like my kids are going to be very intelligent for real. I feel like they're going to understand where I'm coming from on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm gonna talk to them and I'm gonna let them know certain things like look,
Right.
you know
Okay.
like like this is I'm gonna introduce them to God, and I'm gonna let them know about God because at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teach them about like even though like it's gonna be like a certain age range, but I'm gonna let them know about death. I'm gonna let them
Mm-hmm.
know about all that because we ain't promised tomorrow. But I'm not gonna scare them at the same time as letting them know.
Right.
But it's just gonna be like a natural thing, something that's natural. Because how I'm set up, I just feel like, my mom and them, they be upset about their people dying and stuff, and it'd be my people too.
Right.
So it has an effect on me. Like my grandmother, she passed away, and that took a toll on me. But at the end of the day, she taught me that when you die, it's natural. This is it's a cycle. It's a cycle of life. This is what happens.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed
You
to be.
feel me?
Right.
So at the same time I'm gonna teach my kids how to be good people. I'm gonna teach them how to give to people. I'm gonna teach them how to be giving people. But at the same time, I'm gonna let them know like the people like you. I'm gonna let them know the difference between somebody taking advantage of you and you just giving people stuff because I was taken advantage of, by a lot of people, family and all. Like, people treated me like trash for when I helped them the most. So it's like I'm gonna let them know certain things about life because life is it's crazy for people do not need to have kids if they really don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
You know,
Okay. So all right. So Jamel,
it's all about mental.
Jamel, what do you think?
Question.
You forgot the question. She didn't talk that way out the question. The question is like when it comes to you being better than your parents, do you think it should be? Do you think you come off? Does it come off naturally, or do you think of it like, okay, I need to make sure I do this to make sure it's like a thing for you, or do you want to make, or does it
Oh,
seem
oh,
like it's
oh.
a natural succession, like you know what I mean? Or
Like,
is it,
oh, I'm
or is
just
it, a thing,
naturally
or is it
better.
a yeah, or is it a thing that you're like,
No,
oh man, I just got to do it,
nah,
you know?
nah. I'm gonna be straight up for it. Straight up with it.
Okay.
The experience in your life that you have gone through,
Hmm.
and you know what? On some honest stuff, sometimes you can never even blame the parent.
Mm.
Honest, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
Sometimes you can't blame the parent for their own behavior in the way how we was taught, because they also was kids too. They went through the same
Right.
thing, dude. And
Mm.
I honestly don't think we can ever be better. We can try it. The meaning of yes, they look and hope we can do better, but can we honestly try to be better than our parents? They made us, and look how far we made it.
Mm.
They did.
Mm.
They were better. They were young,
What?
not even young. But we can always still try to be better. But yes, I feel like through your experience in life, it's what helps you to become better.
Mm. So you're
Yeah,
Like,
because
saying that
everybody's put to a test.
yes,
so you're saying that's more of a natural thing than a choice.
yes, it's a natural thing
It's
more
a
than a
natural
choice.
thing. Mm.
Well, damn. But now you say it like
Mm.
that, because you got to think about
Mm.
it.
Cause
There's
like
people choices that just don't give a fuck and just be like,
exactly.
I really don't care what you do.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, it depends on just who your characteristic is. Honestly, who you are that makes you a character shows if you are better or not better, or if you are the same.
Mm.
Intelligence.
Yes, intelligence is well. You could have all the intelligence in the world and still be a dick. You can still
Right.
be a
Let's
dirtbag
say,
to your kid.
That's
be a
facts.
kiki.
That is
Yeah,
facts.
you could be the most. You could be. I could be like, I'm $1 million rich to $1 billion. Look at my kid. Why are you here?
Yeah, look at your
I'm gonna just
kid.
teach them how to do things certain ways. Like, don't brag about it, cause be humble. I'm gonna teach my kids how to be humble, cause I'm humble as
But you
hell.
got to
You
think
feel
about
me?
it.
Yeah, but you can teach them, but
You
you
could tell
can't.
somebody to be humble,
Yeah.
but will they ever be humble? When
Mm.
they got people in the world that be like, because you got to think about it, there's kids in this world now that don't have it, so they be jealous and be talking mad stuff to the
Mm.
kid, or
Envy.
make a kid to react to be like, you know what? I'm tired of you coming at me like this. That's why I got more than you. I got more than you. How do you feel? And then when they talk about the person, now they end up realizing, and this is when, that's why I said the things you go through your life is what make you better. Because we
Mm.
all have done it to where a person talked about us, and then we talked about them, just eventually find out, like, dang, you didn't realize his mom just died like 2 days ago, and
Right.
what's the name? And it be kind of be like, dang. But then it be those that be like, well, he shouldn't have been talking all that crap. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like he was talking all that stuff, and and then you find out like, oh, he got it way worse than you, but he just his expressions on the way he come at you is because the things he deal with at home. He
Mm.
feel like he can learn from his father or mother, who or his mother probably, learn from the father and recreate what his father doing to him and illustrate it on somebody else.
Mm. Okay.
His dad beating him, he mad at the whole world. He bullying kids because he'll not express himself, and then that
Mhm.
makes you okay if it's your kid that's getting bullied. That, oh, I'm better than you, and break them down. But then it's like, damn, is it my kid's fault or is it his fault?
Right.
But like they always say, when you pointing a finger, it's pointing right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is equal.
That's just
No matter
deep,
what you
bro.
do, cause any effect, karma, everything is a ring around the rosy. We all spin in a circle. We all fall down.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
it's the best way to put it. I get it.
Amen.
Hey, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
but honestly, that is the truth, and that's just me speaking from my own experience. I mean, I never thought I was better than anybody. I've always thought get in, get out,
Mm.
make friends. Like she said, like Angie said, I'm gonna teach them how to be humble. Yes, being humble can get you places. Being nice, being kind can just show you your true friends, your true family, your true brothers, your sisters. What you do and how you act in a character brings certain people into your circle,
Mm.
and what you
Yeah.
give off is what
And
they'll
that
give
makes you
off.
a better person.
and
Yeah.
that is what makes you a
Because
better person.
when you give to other people, which even though people used to treat me like trash for real, I used to still give my all, give my last. I ain't
So
care of the situation. Even though people used to talk crap about my dad's baby mom, I ain't never judged her based off what she did. You feel me? I ain't never judged anyone because it's not my place. I am not God. You feel
We
me?
not them.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy too? I never judge anybody. And you know, so crazy. I was so nice to people in high school. I was so nice, but then the only times I would like try to have comebacks is because people used to talk about me, and I used to just want to, I used to just want to, be, just clown. I didn't really care about it, but I never judged anyone based off of their, what they went through or none of that, because at the end of the day, it's not my place. I know that they're probably going through something 10 times worse than what I'm going through. Like I just,
yeah, okay.
I
So
just don't.
this is easy. So this will make me think this too. So does your upbringing make you a better person?
I
Think
feel like it
about that.
does.
Think about that. Like let's say you're born into a rich family, right? Versus
Hmm.
the person that's born in poor, a poor family. Because most people think like, oh, if you're in a rich family,
No.
you probably work less, you probably try less harder. You don't need to do that. So does that make you a better person or a weaker person in a sense? Because it's like, hey, I ain't really have to work hard for anything, you know. Because I got friends that's rich right now that don't work for a thing in their life, but don't have the same motivation as a person like me that hasn't
Well, that's
lived in
different though,
that
because we come
situation.
from two different settings.
Exactly.
We,
So do you think that makes them a better person for being in that setting, or a
I mean,
worse
I'm not
person
gonna
in a
knock them
sense?
down because they rich, because everybody
Yeah.
come from different places. But I mean, like I said before, I'm gonna teach my kids how to be humble.
Yeah.
Don't just because you got it, just because you got it like that, don't mean that you that. You feel me?
Top
Because
shit.
you could be rich and
Right.
then still be miserable. You feel me?
Gonna
True.
get kicked off your high horse.
So.
That's what people need to realize nowadays too. Like, it ain't about what you got, because honestly, and that's why I'm gonna teach my kids too. Like, that's why God gonna be really heavy on it, because anything that you do in your life, you make fun of people. Anything, you could be the richest person in the world. God can take all that away from you,
Right.
all of it,
So
all of it.
then, do you think that makes some worse people or better people? Do you think that? What do you think? Because it's starting to seem like you think it makes some worse people if you have that type of like non-humble, like just straight. I'm this.
Honestly,
That's how I am. Like that. That's the
I'm
thing.
right. I'm gonna be straight honest with you.
Hmm.
If you think you better than me because you rich, you ain't gotta do shit. You ain't gotta work to make money. Your family, you always calling you, hey, you
Right.
just spent $100,000. We need you to slow it down, champ.
Hmm.
And you ain't gotta do much because your daddy's giving you your allowance, your mama, whoever it is giving you allowance, don't really care, and you feel like you better than me. I'm gonna let you keep believing that.
Hmm.
You do what you do, chief, because
Right.
in the end, I know I'm. Be- I know I'm always be better.
Hmm.
Because even if I was rich or not, why would I be so? Why would I be coming to a person to talk down on a person and talk about my riches? Am I that miserable that my only pleasures is looking at other people that's downfalling
Right. Right.
versus me? Why would I have to? Why would I have to sit up here and be like, look at him. He's not rich.
He's
Oh,
not rich.
miserable. Are those New Balance? Oh, Skechers. Should have known.
Sketches.
Like Skechers.
Sketches.
Like Skechers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my days of wearing Skechers. $1,000. Now I wear Yeezys.
Very
But like
easy.
no, like I'm sitting up here like why, like if you're so rich and you're so fancy about your life, why are you coming to a person like me
Mm.
and talking about my life? Are you that miserable that you need somebody to look at you?
Mm.
Do you not realize you won? You got money. I ain't got money. You rich. Are
Right.
you that miserable for some attention, bitch?
Mm.
That you wanna that you wanna come and bother me or me
Right.
being humble and being nicer? I'm glad and I'm happy for you that you were born in the family you was. I wish we're not perfect, but we gonna
Mm-hmm.
make it. But
So,
you seem to be looking for your life and everything. If you coming up here bothering me,
mm.
have a nice day. Simple
So,
When
as that.
people used to
so it's
make fun
starting
of
to
me in
seem like
school,
y'all leaning towards the richer you are, the worse your upbringing is. That's what it seems like y'all both are leaning
no,
towards.
well, not necessarily, because a lot of people,
Mm,
like, a lot of rich people, like, now I'm not gonna hold you, because some rich people ain't like that though.
Yeah,
But
true
mm,
it's the
that, true
people
that.
that make it seem like it's people that make it seem like they're better than don't. That's why, and then I don't have no type of hate in my heart. I mean, I do get angry once in a while if somebody coming at me the wrong way and I feel disrespected. So yeah, I'm gonna pop
right.
off. But honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're
Mm,
poor. I look at everybody the same. Just because
right.
everybody you got more money than me, don't mean that I can probably have that same amount of money one day.
You about as
That is
human
true.
as I can possibly be.
Exactly.
Right? Like
Everybody human. Everybody can do whatever the
we
fuck
all
they
come from
want.
the same
Mm-hmm.
flesh, the same blood. We
Everybody
got the
I could,
same blood running down our veins.
right,
You
I
feel
could
me?
look at him
just like
and probably be
us.
like, "Yeah, sir, you're rich." Years later, see him again. Aren't you that same fella wearing the New Balance?
The New
Yes, I
Balance?
was.
The
Be like, what do
New
you do in your spare
Balance.
time? Be
What are you
like,
doing on this
my spare
side?
time.
Mm.
What are you doing
So
inside,
then,
sir?
so that brings
Oh,
this
I'm
question.
actually rich owning business.
So this is a real good question. So let's say you do get rich. It's like in Jamel's hypothetical.
hmm
Do you think you would change
No,
Nah, man.
how
I
your
would
Nah,
work
never
man.
ethic
change.
go? You don't think it? Ooh,
Honest,
ooh.
honestly,
I don't know.
I
I
see
don't
exactly.
know.
You know that
Because
that is so
people can
funny.
change.
That's funny. He just said that.
I
That's
would
funny. He
never
just said
change.
that.
You don't think it'll
No. You're not
change?
getting what. You're not getting what
Mm,
he's saying. You're not getting what he's
okay.
saying.
Like, what
I
you mean?
always said no. He said your work ethic. Work
Your
ethic
work
meaning like
ethic.
just because you rich, would you stop working?
Would you
Would you
stop
Oh,
stop
working?
grinding?
now
Because
calm
honestly,
down, cause
I
I
always
would.
say, no. See, no, not me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like just because
I
I'm
would. I would
rich,
sit the fuck back and
nah,
relax.
I'm the type. Not since I'm rich, I would take my time into starting my own business and building money
Mm,
and helping the community and helping stuff. I will still keep working and still grinding because just because you got that money, then I mean that money might not just disappear, and then you would have been in your head like, damn. I wish I would have worked, used that money for a business, something, and could have been
mm,
building it, making more of that money, making
right.
doubles, triples, stacks, becoming a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire. Why not work to make that money more? Why be like, oh, I got $1 million in my pocket. I could sit down and rest for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
How long is that money gonna last when you got bills, IRS, tax, and everything else that's coming at your neck? And then now your car notes is you pay your car note and everything, but now money is already increasing up in the world. Do you think that house the living is going to be not going to cost more expensive? Cars ain't going to cost more expensive. The things you pay for will be expensive. Getting your kid in school is going to be expensive. All the stuff you do, that money's just one of these days it's going to be like, oh, you want to rent this apartment out? That's $1 million. Oh, here you go. People throwing money like it ain't nothing. You think they not gonna raise us up and start wasting our money? Why not take that million and make it the triple,
Mm. So
Honestly,
the
triple,
Jamel,
and just
this
keep
is what I'm
raising it
gonna
more
tell
and more
you.
and more?
mm,
I'm the type of person because I feel like when I become rich, because I feel like I'm gonna be rich one day.
yeah,
I
of
mean, it's
course.
bound to happen. You feel me? I got too much skill.
Mm,
Like, but I just feel like in a way. I mean, necessarily, I wouldn't stop working because it's always going to be a hustle. It's always going to be some type of way to get money. You feel me? I'm pretty sure if I'm rich, I'm not going to have. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some type of business that's flowing where I ain't even got to lay a finger for real. You see what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
but honestly, if I was rich, I wouldn't have no big ass house. I would. I'm very. When it comes to money, I
mm.
budget my money.
Right.
Like, I even when I came in encounters with big amounts of money before.
Mm,
You feel me? I properly spent that money on my responsibilities and what I had to,
mm.
but I also budgeted at the same time. But if I feel like if I was rich, I would be just living in a modern house.
Right.
You feel me? A modern house, ducked off somewhere where ain't nobody gonna be around, but it ain't gonna be no big old lavish house because I don't need, I'm the type of person that don't like attention for real, so I ain't about to have everybody in my business. You feel me? I'm gonna be a low key type of rich. Yeah, y'all know I got money, just know that. You feel me? But if you need me, I'm not gonna be cocky because if anybody ever came to me, if they was down bad, anybody, I don't even care, like anybody. I'm never gonna be, look the other shoulder and be like, act like I'm better than them just because I got money. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna help them out. You feel me? Because that's just the kindness in me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I'm never gonna not help people because I'm a helping spirit. That's what I do. I like to help people. So I'm never gonna stop helping people.
Right.
But
Crazy as it
best
is.
believe I ain't gonna be laying no
Mm.
finger. And I'm gonna have a business, especially I'm gonna have a business. But if I feel like if I'm rich enough to the point where I ain't even gotta work my own business,
Right.
oh, I ain't gonna
You
work
taking
the
the back
business.
seat? You taking the back seat?
Now
I'm
think
gonna
about
be
See,
kicking it.
see then, so
think
then,
about this.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh my bad. Think about this. That guy who was asking, "Oh, you wear New Balance? You wear
Mhm.
this and this and that?" What if that was actually you
Wearing the
talking to
New
somebody
Balance.
else? No,
Oh.
no, no.
Mhm.
The guy that was like, "Oh, you're poor. You're this and this and that.
Mm.
Oh, you're wearing New Balance and Skechers."
Hmm.
What if that was actually you talking to that
Saying it to
person?
them. Honestly, man, I ain't even gonna hold you. I couldn't even put myself in that category. Just because I'm too kind, I couldn't even see myself saying that to
No, 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 no,
somebody.
no, no, no. No, I'm saying because it's life. Like like I'm kind-hearted. You know how I am. I'm kind. Like you know how I am.
But I would still
You
give
know
to
me.
them just because.
No, no. No, what I'm saying out of all that is, what if like how we say like, yeah, I would be nice. I would be this and this and this and this and that. What if our alter ego was that guy? Like that was us, Rich, talking to somebody else. Like basically, we was in the point of view where the guy was looking at us, telling us, "You're poor. You're this and this and this and that." Then turn around, we're in that same guy's shoe. Oh, look at you. You're poor. This and this and this and that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is this:
Honestly,
is like, which one? This I'm gonna give y'all a little option. So, would you rather be rich and be the asshole that's always a prick and want to be an asshole to the lower man, or would you rather be comfortable and be the same person?
I'd rather be comfortable, be the same person.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, like I said before, I'm the type of bit. Oh,
It's
excuse me.
okay.
I'm the type of person that don't like people in my business. I really am low key. So, like I feel like I would like to be comfortable because I like to lay around and stuff. Like I just, just the way I'm sleeping now. Like I just like to lay around. You feel me? Like I just don't know. I would rather be comfortable because at the end of the day, I can spend time with my family and help them out. Because it don't matter. At the end of the day, I'm gonna still help my family out regardless.
Right.
I'm gonna help them just because even though like my
So,
dad,
uh,
I don't know, I can't
but when I
listen.
say be comfortable and be yourself, I'm not saying like as a rich person you're not gonna take care of your family. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
It's about
like
as
you'll
comfortable as you
just
are now.
no. What I'm saying is about the rich part, because like as a rich person, you're just gonna be snobby. That's all it is. You still gonna be able to take care
Look,
of your family, but it's just you're a snobby
um,
asshole. That's how it's gonna be. Would you rather be the asshole? Still the kind of same person in a sense, but like
you just got a different
you're
attitude.
stuck up. You're just gonna be stuck up. Just a stuck up version of yourself instead of being comfortable and then being completely yourself. Which one? Like that's what I'm saying.
In
Which would
both
be
manners, you'll both be rich, right?
no. You'll be
Oh,
comfortable. Like you'll
oh,
be able to
I
take
see
care of
what you.
yourself.
I see what you
Yeah, you'll
said.
still be able to
You
take
s-
care of yourself, but
honestly,
no, this is
look,
what this is my
being
buddy. You gonna be an
no, no,
asshole?
no, being money sound good, but I'm almost going to have to be true to myself. I put the money. No, no,
Bro,
I'm always be true to myself. I'd rather be comfortable. I wouldn't want to give off hate or be snooty to anybody and get that same treatment back. Because it'd be a person, you just, how this world work, you could be snooty to the wrong person. That motherfucker at your house with a gun talking about, you just had to do it. I had the worst day ever. Blah, you did. I'd rather be comfortable. I'd rather
Man.
just be comfortable and be comfortable.
I got something to say too, but this is gonna change the subject a little bit.
Oh no, it's okay.
Hold on.
You go
Give me a
ahead.
quick second.
Oh
Hold.
Lord, what you gonna have the intermission?
Be,
Intermission?
being rich. No, I want to be rich and not it.
Cause the thing is, I'm
I don't like
already kind of like
that.
snobby in a sense. Because honestly, I don't care about it unless you my family. I don't really care. But like,
You gotta be like, if you really want me to care, you gotta be. I gotta be family.
no, it's just like
Fuck it.
because
Team Snobby and Rich.
I don't know. It's a hard decision because I'm always gonna be myself.
Right.
But you
It's
can't.
like,
You gotta
damn,
be an
ain't
asshole.
nothing really changing.
Shut the fuck. I'm not that
I
much
make
of
it
an
to
asshole. I'm so dead.
Ain't nothing changed. I'm
Ain't
fucking
nothing
weak.
changed. Fucking dead. All right, what was you talking about, Nancy? So I can get out of it. This dude called me a snobby asshole. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically what I'm implying.
Mm,
Okay, so I'm kind of going to change the subject a little bit.
go ahead. Yeah.
So you know how, um, okay, so you know how like, you know how they say like if you see like money laying around, it's basically like a sign that show like it's like an angel or somebody you know trying to get your attention.
Right.
It's a sign.
Like have you ever heard that? Like it's like penny,
Everything is that what you
huh?
talking about?
No,
That's
I'm
it.
saying like okay, so like growing up, they used to say like if you got pennies, like if you see pennies or you know like you know money
Penny
laying
fair.
around, like it's like an angel trying to like you know get your attention about something. Like it's weird, but this is what I say about that.
Okay.
Just because like you know how they say like money's the root of all evil.
Right.
So Jamel, remember when I was telling you about how like people are doing that meditation stuff and you know it's kind of like taking a toll on other people's like it's taking a toll on their lives, you know, because they're doing like the new age stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what I'm applying to that is, you know, when they say stuff like that and people are giving superstition like yeah, like that's your guardian angel trying to get a hold of you or you know just saying like stuff like that.
Like when you second guess yourself on things and you start to be like, hold on, like,
Yeah, so it's like hold
yeah,
up, like
yeah, I get you.
is this like a
Is
you
this
know
the
like you
sign that I've
know
been
Yeah,
looking
it's a sign.
for?
no not that but like is it like
No, no, no.
demonic because you know how money is the root of all evil. We're
I
not
see
supposed to be
what you
attached to materialistic things like you know like
So
it's
I got a problem with that. Honestly, I got a problem with that because
with
money.
what
The saying "money is the root of all evil." I hate
yeah
that saying. I get what it's trying to imply, but I hate that saying because it's like, in the same sense, it gives you happiness. If
it
you
does but it's like you gotta understand this too um you know not saying you know not trying to you
Oh yeah,
know
go ahead. I ain't trying.
just because like you know, I don't know, you know, how y'all religion go, but just like, you know, how God put us on this earth to, you know, worship Him in a sense. So it's like, you know, He told us not to get attached to, you know, a lot of things, and you know, this
Right.
shit is materialistic for us. So it's like, we can't take it with us to the next lifetime, you know. So it's like, let's be just real, you know, like, you know, just for example, like the rich man, like, not even that, you gotta have money to live.
Right.
Okay, so it's like if you don't have the money, you're broke, you're poor, you know, it's a lot. You know, in this lifetime, we need money to live, we need money to survive, all that. So it's like, in a sense, it kind of is, but it's like, yes, it kind of ain't because of the fact that, yeah, it does bring you happiness in a way, but let's be real, like, honestly, I'd be happy without money, low key. Like, even though, like,
Mm, I
I
don't know
can
about
be,
that one.
no, like, I mean, let me say this, because honestly, if a dude came up to me now and flashed money in my face, I'm gonna just look at him. Because
Yeah.
you're not getting my attention no way. You feel me? Like, that's just not
But
how I'm
that,
set up.
but that's a different situation than what you just said. Because you said money. If I don't got money, I'll be cool. That's not that ain't the truth. Because if you ain't have money, life will be totally different for you. Like
I'm
the
not
way you
saying like
live.
that. Like, I'm
So
saying
what you
like
mean?
rich. Like, you guys.
You gotta explain.
Listen, like I don't know. We all got you know our different sayings and stuff, but I just feel like you know all the money in the world cannot make me happy because the richest man is probably miserable for real.
Right.
You feel me? Like you just never know. Like people's
Yeah.
thoughts and stuff, and people their situations. you know, even though like money, okay, I be making bread for her. Like I get money,
Right.
but at the end of the day, I was still going through my other stuff, and it was not, you know, what can I do with it? It's money. Like, yeah, I can buy me all this stuff, but what is it really doing? Now I got to think about the shit that I bought, and now I got to think about my money going down the drain
Right.
because of the fact that I just bought something that I really regretted buying. Like it's just like scenarios. And then let's be real. When you get into a lot, like when you get a lot of money, what if somebody steal your money? Like you broke, so it's like fuck. Like I gotta start all over. Like when I honestly, and I'm gonna just say this from my point of view, my whole life I ain't never worried about money.
Right.
Like I never worried about it. It just naturally came to me.
Right.
So, you know, I never really worried about it in a sense, but, you know, I did worry about it in a sense for my family, but not really because, you know, I knew how to make it and get it. So it
Right.
wasn't nothing. So I really didn't worry about it. Money would just naturally come to me and it would just be that. But honestly, the only thing that would make me happy is, you know, just seeing my family happy or just being, you know, not in the mind so much. You feel me? Like, you know, because that's a lot too. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's really a lot. It's really a lot.
That's just how
Like,
it go. But it's a very hard topic when you talk about money like that because it's like because money helps out people in so many ways, but at the same time
it does.
it could tear you down when you don't got it. But
True.
for me, when it comes to
Yeah,
like
because people
when
depend
people
on
say,
money for real. They do
yeah,
to live.
yeah,
They depend on it, and
yeah,
sometimes that shit can hurt you. Because if
but
you just waiting on that shit,
when people
you
say
know,
money is root of all evil, I think in my mind it always makes me think this: like, is it? Because are you the evil? Because you don't really
mhm.
you really don't give like money is not power. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Money's not power. You give the money power.
Right. I was
That's what
about to
I'm
say.
saying. So it's like it's not the root of all evil. You're the root of all evil. That's what I
Yeah.
think. The more like you put into the money itself makes it evil. Like that's how I interpret it. That's why I always
Right.
hate that saying.
Same.
That's why I always say that. But when
Because
it
people could use money to buy people and stuff.
people can use money to buy people, but then people can use money to help people. You know.
Right.
So it's like it's a very difficult subject when you talk about money. Uh, but man,
It could be an evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
money. Can't live without it,
Cause
kid.
they even know you needed to live, but it's like, you know, let's be realistic here. When it's time to get into heaven, you know, is you really gonna need that money? Cause God, like it's. Oh, listen, I'm the type of person to think
Yeah.
both ways. You feel me? I gotta think about, you know, cause I don't know, man. I really don't know. I can't even explain it.
you, you know,
Honestly, like
speak your mind. Go ahead.
because like it's kind of like hard to like explain this, cause like I'm the type of person at the same time I'm also thinking about what's gonna happen to me when I die. So it's
Mm.
like I'm always in that mindset. You feel
Ooh,
me? I'm
so
thinking like
okay.
both ways in a way because
Right.
at the end of the day I don't want to get too caught up in, you know, this
Ooh.
world knowing that there's much greater
Mm-hmm.
on the other side.
Right.
Like, you feel me?
All right. So I get that. So I'm about to open up a big can of worms right now. So let's talk about religion, people. Let's talk about some religion.
I
All
know
right.
when I
So
keep bringing it
I know you keep bringing it up, so we gonna talk about it for real. Cause I'm gonna tell my side about it. I'm tell yeah, y'all go ahead and tell y'all how y'all feel. Um, to me, religion is a wonderful thing for the right people. I don't think it's for everybody. I think everybody should take it at a different grain. But to me, religion it seems like a whole bunch of stories to warn you about things, which is great. But I feel like people put too much into religion. How do
in.
you
All
feel
right.
about that? Because like honestly, I don't feel like religion. I feel like when it comes to like death and how it goes with heaven and stuff like that, I feel like it's more of a coping mechanism for people. Cause,
Yeah,
Talking
I
about
feel like
God.
that too.
Talking about time. Are you
cause
talking about?
yeah, I'm talking about religion. Yeah, religion, the Bible, stuff
Oh,
like that.
that's funny.
Yeah,
You just said
yeah,
that.
cause I feel like it's more of a coping mechanism. But some people, which I'm not saying
No,
y'all
you
are
don't
not
even
y'all the people,
understand.
but some people I feel like take it overboard to the sense that they don't even want to live because the guidelines in the Bible is very strict on the way you live, very very strict. So that's how I feel about religion.
Oh
But
no
how
no
y'all
no
It
no
feel?
no
is,
no.
and it's hard to think about it like that
What's
because
the
it's like, do you
what's
really want to risk it?
no no no? You know
Mm.
what's so funny about that? I was just talking to Marley Mars about that. I was like, you know what's funny? I was like, I was morning was watching the Abraham Lincoln Vampire, and he says he was like, men has always been hurting each other and doing stuff to each other since the dawn of times. He was like, I used to see people like sell their own kind just for some money, do this
Mm-hmm.
to their kind just to make them do this and this and that. He was like, he said men was hurting each other to the point where he said I watched them create gods just to
Mm.
control and manipulate people
Mm.
into believing in something and using it against them to get what they want, just like the Egyptians,
Man.
how he did them. And then he said he was like, man even hurt himself more when they created gods as
Mm.
something to forgive themselves for their own actions that they did, so they wouldn't be ashamed of what they did. They use gods to be like, oh God, please forgive me for what I did after I just killed 25 people. They started making
Mm.
gods to forgive them for what they said. And man,
But it's like,
man,
how can we really say this too? Because like, them people that be dying and coming back to life and saying that they didn't see some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
think about
like,
it.
honestly, Jamel,
No,
I
no, no,
see
no,
what
no, no,
you
no, 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 no,
saying
no, 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 no,
because
no.
Go
they
ahead.
Now,
said they said something about like, back in the day when the slaves and stuff was going through their little thing, they said that the white man gave the black people the Bible basically to give them hope in something because of the situation they was putting them through. Like you just said right there, basically making them seem like, basically, making something up so they can forgive themselves for what, they created in a way. You feel me? Like I understand what you're saying with that, but it's
now,
like,
now, it's funny you just said that because remember when I was telling you about that song Clone Rappers when he was like, why kill your enemies when you can create their god and then you have control over your enemies? Because whatever it can be like, oh, I'm God. Say I'm God. Taking as a preference. Say I'm God,
Mm-hmm.
and all of y'all
mm,
follow me. You doing wrong, and it'd be like, oh, God just said in the Bible, if you don't do this, this and this will happen. Now I got all them people doing what I just said and wanted because I'm God. Because
Right.
you believe and read for what you see. Because
Mm-hmm.
one person said it and said he went through this and seen this. Now praise Jesus, praise this and that. And honestly, I'm not even a God. I'm a demon in disguise.
Huh.
I'm just because you look at me as a God,
Mm.
you gonna do what I tell you to do.
Right. Which is, what's funny about that is
I'm
because
sorry, I can't risk it.
it happened recently. Actually, that same type of complex. That same type of God
Really?
complex.
Like don't
Look
like
at
no no
look
no like, hold
look
on
at
bro, like don't get me wrong, I believe in God and all, but
yeah, I
it's
know,
just
but
people make gods to
yeah, for real.
manipulate their enemies and
I
control
already
who they
know
can
that.
control.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like I said, it happened recently. Like, look at
Mhm.
the president that just left. Look at Donald Trump. You see all them people going crazy. They gave like Donald
Going
Trump. They gave
crazy.
Donald Trump a god, made him seem like a godly figure. If you don't like him,
Mhm.
that's just us. I don't care.
Right.
So
Back to
that's
Africa, like he said.
mm, mm, mm. That's man. I was like, wow, God
Basically.
complex is crazy. Just like with money.
Hmm.
Whatever you put into it, whatever you believe into it, it give it power.
And like and
Oh,
like and like I was telling you, Marley Mars. Remember, I was like, I said, say if I'm like J Cole, I was like, don't kill they'd be like, don't kill your enemy. They was like, clone your enemy. Basically, like
mm,
take that same person people look at. You take away the main person himself who was acting out a character and was bringing in the clone, the person that he's in order, like, oh, he's in check. We're gonna listen to him. He's gonna this and this and that. He said, don't kill your enemies, control your enemies. Basically, oh, J Cole, all his fans. If J Cole was to be like, hey y'all, I'm gonna be here at this and this and this and this. I want all my fans to support, to be here, be by my side, this and this and that. You think you're not gonna be there? It's J Cole.
right.
Hey,
You
listen, I
go
gotta
ahead.
say something too, cause you know how like okay, so another reason why I'm not gonna get really too deep into it, cause this shit really be crazy for real.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing, it's like a lot of people. It's like yeah, do we? It does stop people from living their lives, but it's like at the same time, it's like when you look at it from a different perspective, it's like dang, are they, this, is it real? Because, like the supernatural stuff that be happening, like,
Mm-hmm.
do you, like, it's like, you cannot risk nothing. Like, that's just the type of person like, I am. Like, I just can't risk it. Like, even though there's all these stories and stuff, I believe in one God, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Even if, a lot of people, they believe in a lot of different things, but it's all one
Ah,
God. It's all
now
one
that's
God, but
now
it's
that's
just in
funny you say
different.
that.
It's in different. Like I don't know. I can't really explain it because I'm not in their country. I ain't worried about their country, but it's like
No,
are they looking at us like that too? Like
no. Well, we could never know what they're saying, but no, you have to realize in the Bible it says, "I am God." Like I have made many gods. I have made many gods, but I am God Himself. I have made many gods, but I am God Himself. No matter how many gods you believe in, you worship and pray, there will always be that one, the God who made the gods.
right,
And that's what it says in the
my
Bible.
God.
I have created many gods, but I am God Himself. He made multiple gods just like Him, but He is number one. He is the ultimate God. So it's not like, oh, there's just one God, one God, one God. He's God Himself. The one God has made many gods. He made many gods for different people and religion. It's a coping
Just like He
mechanism.
gave us Jesus.
That His son. It's the coping mechanism. He basically said, I made many gods because in different religions and places, everybody believes their own gods and stuff. But
It's
I
all
am
one
one
God.
God. I am the Father, the Son, the universe. Basically, what you're looking at are my disciple of gods that I have created. They went through my footsteps in order to become God, but I am God Himself. Kind of like when Adam and Eve took a bite of that apple and was able to see like God. He was like, just because you see as I see doesn't mean you are God and you are me.
Mm.
Right.
Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
That is that, because
Mm-mm-mm.
it's just
And on
it
that
like.
Good
note,
stuff.
I'm about to go see him now. It's like,
Oh
I'll be back. It's like, man. Hey, look, I come back in and I'm knocking at your door, but then this time when you open it, ain't nobody there. It's my spirit.
I'd be like, oh yeah.
But
Welcome
Yo,
to the
shoot.
party.
Jamal, just best believe if I die before you,
On
I'm
that
coming to see you.
on
Welcome to
that
the party.
note, we go close down this hats off
Ah, I ain't let my
podcast and end it right
dog.
there. Thank y'all for watching. We'll check you later.
And yep.
That was fun. That was
Hey, like
very
people start talking about this, like, yeah, time to go. Like on that
Damn.
note,
Wait, we done? We done?
Oh yeah, we're done.
Damn, damn you, Santana. I wish you would have said something before time.